Hello, Felix from Nintendo Life here, and today we're having a look at Fall Guys for the Nintendo Switch. But these words are not mine, because this review was written by the wonderful Scott McCrae, but it was reworked into this video by me. Fall Guys was a surprise hit back in 2020. The then indie developer Mediatonic's take on the Battle Royale genre, starring those funny little jellybean characters, took the world by storm during the height of the COVID pandemic. After an almost 2-year wait and coinciding with its free-to-play launch, Fall Guys has finally landed on Nintendo's turf with a solid, albeit flawed, conversion. For those of you out of the loop, this is a 60-bean Battle Royale game show. Rather than the usual Battle Royale fare of blasting your enemies to eliminate them, Fall Guys is a platformer in which you compete in several different rounds of minigames to take the crown at the end of the show. Fall Guys' matchmaking is split into 2 shows. You have the main show, in which you and 59 other people compete solo to win an elusive crown. You also have the option to compete as part of a 2 to 4 person squad to win shards, of which 60 of these shards make up a full crown. The game's rounds fall into different categories. Making up the majority are races, in which you must maneuver your bean through a hectic course with only the top percentage of players qualifying to the next round. Then there is survival, in which, as the name implies, you must survive as long as possible, either until the timer runs out or a select number of players are eliminated. Hunt focuses on objectives such as having a tail when the timer runs out or spending a certain amount of time within a certain zone. We also have logic minigames, which consist of a couple of fruit-based memory games, and rounding off these categories are teams and finals. Teams are just variants of the other categories focused on teamwork, where finals you aim to be the last bean standing. So what's new with this Switch version? Aside from the obvious addition of handheld and docked modes, not much. All 6 seasons of content are included off the bat, as well as a brand new 7th season ironically named Season 1. And each season has a specific theme, like jungle, future, or medieval. As the Switch release coincides with the free-to-play launch, features that are new to the game such as a premium battle pass are also included. Running at 720p 30fps in handheld mode and 1080p 30fps in docked mode, Fall Guys gameplay remains unaffected by the move to Switch. While we've experienced no noticeable frame drops during our time with it, the menus and the end of round screens seems to be a bit laggier than usual. While this could very well be attributed to server issues, it was not present when we checked other versions of the game. The big catch, however, is that every other player in the match appears to be rendered at half the frame rate in both handheld and docked modes. While this has no effect on gameplay, it looks incredibly choppy, and it sticks out like a sore thumb in an otherwise smooth conversion to Switch. The Switch release includes cross-play and cross-progression through the use of an Epic Games account, meaning all of your progress, emotes, and costumes will carry over to the Switch. If you've owned a copy of the game previously on PlayStation or PC, you're also given a Legacy Pack, which includes exclusive costumes, nameplates, and free access to the first season's premium Battle Pass. Worth noting, however, is that there is no guarantee that Switch owners will be able to access legacy content like the Sonic and Doom crossover costumes, unless of course they're rotated into the shop again. However, due to the introduction of the premium Battle Pass and premium currency Showbox along with it, Mediatonic has made some changes to the previous in-game currency. Kudos, the game's main currency, will no longer be given out after every game, and can now only be earned through challenges. And even more, you can only spend this currency on items with common rarity. Additionally, crowns, which were previously earned from winning shows and then you could use these crowns to spend on special outfits, are no longer spendable, with their only use now being the crown rank system. All of your account's remaining crowns will be exchanged for kudos. For veterans of this game, this is pretty disappointing, considering crowns used to feel like a big reward allowing you to get the very best costumes. Fall Guys' brand of chaotic fun is still great all these years later, and the free-to-play Switch release is no different, that is assuming you can ignore your opponent's choppy frame rate. While there are some disappointing elements linked to cross progression, those ultimately won't matter if this is your first time entering the Blunderdome. Some moments of lag and quirky frame rates aside, the Switch version offers a solid way to play if you're looking for some 60-bean battle royale action, and the barrier to entry has never been lower. We here at Nintendo Life give Fall Guys on the Nintendo Switch a 7 out of 10. And now, with the review done, it's time for Felix's personal thoughts. The game is fun. I will say though that me, Alex and Sion tried to get into a game and we sat there almost an entire hour and managed to play one game because the servers were just not prepared for the massive amount of players. So just keep that in mind if you can't find a game here at launch. The game just seems like it needs a lot of polish. The menus are very slow and your opponents are just in such a low frame rate. While I know this won't be a problem for everyone, to me it took me a fair bit out of the immersion of this game. If you like stuff like Wipeout, this is a game for you because the setting is really there. But let me hear what you think of the new Switch port of Fall Guys because, yeah, I myself have mixed opinions, but when you do manage to get into a game, the game is seriously fun. Stay safe, play some Fall Guys, Felix from Nintendo Life here, out.